Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Read The Wheel of Time, Book 4, Shadow Rising. There, it says it on the cover, though you can't see it because it's mirrored. So, today, chapter 15, Into the Doorway, and it's a Matt chapter. So will Matt now go into the Terran? I guess he might do that, because we know he is not going back to his people. So he has to do something else. Let's see. I just hope he goes into it. I want to see what it is. Holding the glass mantled lamp high, Matt peered down the narrow corridor, deep in the belly of the stone. Okay, he's already there. I didn't expect him to be already there, but at least he's already there. Yeah, and he's very tense because he drew his knife on a rat. I mean, yeah. The last door, she had said. That one hung askew too. He kicked it open and it fell apart. The room was littered with dim shapes, with crates and barrels and things stacked high against the walls and out into the floor. Yeah, he's gonna find the Terran Grail and do his stuff. He was surprised that the Gwen and Anif had not dusted and tidied while they were down here. Why the frick would they do that? Women were always dusting and straightening, even things that did not need it. Oh, Matt, you better not tell them. Okay. What he saw stood out among the jumble. There it is. Redstone door frame. Ooh, redstone door frame, let's go. Oh, it looked somehow twisted. The corners did not join right. The tall, hollow rectangles seemed likely to fall over at a breath, but when he gave it an experimental push, it stood steady. This reminds me a bit of this one Lovecraft story. And I don't know the title, unfortunately, but it's this guy, he moves into a flat and there is a corner that's like weirdly shaped in a weird angle and a witch comes out at night or something because it's a doorway to another world. The witch house, perhaps. Is it the witch house? I don't know, but there's also an adaptation, a television adaptation of it, I think so. And it's worth watching. It's pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense because it would be like higher dimensional technology, so... Oh. Okay, so it's like almost floating. The Terran Grail. If Egwene knew what she was talking about, she probably did, no doubt. She had learned all sorts of strange things in the tower, however much she denied. She would deny things, wouldn't she now? Learning to be Aes Sedai. Yeah, he really hates that. 3 sinuous lines carved deep in the stone ran down each upright from top to bottom. Interesting. Oh, great. Now he goes through it. It's like going through white light. Why would you do that? Do you have questions prepared? Oh god, I hope he has questions prepared. And they said that questions that are too big could kill him, if I remember correctly. Oh god, no, Matt, be careful. This reminds me so much of the Terran Grail they use in the ceremony of acceptance. Pretty cool that they had dimensional technology or something like that. Yeah, he like stepped through a Stargate. Oh yeah, okay, so now he's in another room and it's just the door frame behind him. Oh, that looks so cool. Like he's in this very cool room with pillars that are like vines and it looks... I hope they do that in the show in a way that it's very cool. Because often in shows or in adaptations, they use very common stuff in these scenes instead of what is described in books or media, which I don't like. It's like the Harry Potter maze, you know? It's like in the movies, it's a stupid maze, and in the book, it's so much more. I hope they will not soften this. Like, I think you should really, if you adapt stuff like this to the screen, you should really savor these moments, like make them really like, and then like, I know they're expensive, but so what? Like, that's why people want to watch this, I guess. I mean, it's one of the reasons I want to watch it. I want to see this on screen, like this room they describe here. So yeah, and it reminds me a bit. A soft light came from glowing spheres atop coiled stands. Yeah, reminds me a bit of the Department of Mysteries in the Harry Potter movie as well. A long time. Oh, there's someone here. Or something. A long time. Did the seekers come again for answers? The questioners come once more. Okay, there is a shape. I hope the shape is not like terribly evil. Hope that's not a Forsaken that's like living in there. It's not the house of a Forsaken. Good, you have brought no lamps, no torches, as the agreement was and is and ever will be. You have no iron, no instruments of music. Why would that all be not allowed? Because it would interfere with whatever technology this is? Oh god, the figure stepped out, tall, barefoot, arms and legs and body wound about in layers of yellow cloth, and Matt was suddenly not so sure if it was a man or human. It looked human at first glance, though perhaps too graceful, but it seemed far too thin for its height, with a narrow, elongated face. Oh god, that sounds horrifying. That actually sounds horrifying. Like, Matt describes it here as, oh, it's a weird creature that looks humanoid, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the frick is this? And I would probably run out. Its skin and even its straight black hair caught the pale light in a way that reminded him of a snake's scales. Okay, so it's literally, it's like, is this Satan? Is this the snake from Adam and Eve? Is it supposed to be there? Did they try to recreate that? And did they try to recreate a way to Eden and build this thing and then forgot it? Because, I mean, it fits. It's knowledge, like the tree of knowledge, that's where the snake is. So they might have tried to recreate the tree of knowledge, wanted to see if there was anything to those old tales in the second age, probably, or first, even in the first, and then they created this, and yeah, oh god. It's like Voldemort, like, that's what became of Voldemort after Harry Potter. Iron, instruments of music, you have none? Man, what it thought the knife was, it certainly did not seem to concern over it. Well, the blade was good steel, not iron. No iron and no instruments of why. Yeah, like he just went in. He cut off sharply. 3 questions when it said he was not about to waste one on iron and instruments. And oh, they would be so trolly. That would be so trolly. I have come here for true answers. If you are not the one to give them, take me to who can. The man, it was male at least, Matt decided, smiled slightly. Did not show any teeth. According to the agreement. Come. Is he gonna give him an apple? He's gonna offer him an apple, right? He beckoned with one long-fingered hand. Follow. Okay, that was my Snake Man impression. Lead and I will follow. Oh god, this is so creepy. Oh god, I hope they make this really creepy in the show. Like, this would be something, like, I hope a horror director will direct. I want this, like, very scary. I'm surprised Matt is just, like, nonchalantly talking to the snake dude in this very weird hall. Like, okay. Okay, now they go. The halls were continuously curved, the doorways rounded, the windows perfect circles. Yeah, it seems to be very, like, this is, like, probably very advanced technology. Like a pocket dimension or something. From somewhere he had a dim memory of walking halls that had not known a human foot in hundreds of years, and this felt the same. Oh, was he there before in a previous life, or was something in his blood there? Yet sometimes he caught a flicker of motion out of the corner of his eyes. Only, however quickly he turned, there was never anyone there. Pretended to rub his forearms, checking the knives up his coat sleeves for reassurance. Yeah, that's freaky. That's very freaky. Why is he not freaking out? Like, because, I mean, okay, to be fair, he's seen so much weird and dangerous stuff. He's probably not caring anymore. And he's analytical. Like, we see here again that he's not that emotional. He's just like trying to analyze everything. I like that. It's consistent with what we know about him. What he saw through those round windows was even worse. Tall, wispy trees with only a drooping umbrella of branches at the top, and others like huge fans of lacy leaves and tangle of growth equal to the heart of any briar-choked thicket, all under the dim, overcast light. Yeah, this is so freaky. No clouds. It's just a weird, bizarro world. We're back in a bizarro world. I love it. I love my bizarro worlds. Okay, and he thinks he's probably in a palace. Through one circular window, he seemed 3 tall, silvery spires curving in toward each other to their points, so their points all aimed at the same spot. They were not visible from the next window 3 paces away, but a few minutes later, after he and his guide had rounded enough curves that he had to be looking in another direction, he saw them again. Yeah, it's like dimensional bizarro world stuff. He's like in a higher dimension, probably. Yeah, and it's the same one. He's like traversing space in a weird way. When Matt ground his teeth. 3 questions. It was hard to learn anything without asking questions. I hope you are taking me to those who can answer my questions. But my bones I do, for my sake and yours, the lie to know it true. Yeah, don't threaten the Snake Man. Voldemort is just doing his internship now that he was fired from Harry Potter. Here, the peculiar yellow-red fellow said. Fellow? Why would you call this monstrous abomination a fellow? Oh, hello, good fellow. Okay, to be fair, let's not be snakesist. If we are snakesist, that's pretty mean of me. I'm being a snakesist now. Here, your answers may be found. Enter and ask. So he could have asked this ding-dong some stuff. What a wasted opportunity, Matt. What a wasted opportunity. Okay, now the snake fellow has disappeared. Great. And now he's in the room. And there are 3 pedestals. That's probably where he has to ask the questions. Okay, and there are 3 snake men that are sitting across at the pedestals, I guess. So he has to ask the snake man. Like, this is so heavily Adam and Eve, you can't tell me this is not. It's the knowledge the snake gives. You have to be careful of it. It can kill you, but it can also bring you consciousness and enlightenment, I guess. It has been long, the woman on the right said. Very long, the woman on the left added. The man nodded. Yet they come again. What idiots. He didn't say the last part, but it sounds like he's like, oh, they just don't learn, they just come. Enter and ask according to the agreement of old. Who agreed to what? Like, were humans researching dimensional technologies, went there, met the snake people, and they were like, oh, you are the ones we once made leave the Garden Eden in the previous cycle? Like, that's the end of the 0th age? Them being evicted from this dimension through the snake people somehow? Let's make a headcanon now. The 0th age, the nilth age, I don't know what you say. That's the age of this where we lived in this world with the snake people, but then we were expelled through the creator expelled us because we dealt with the snake people too much. Is that it? And that's why there is the Adam and Eve myth? Probably not though, but that would be funny. It would be a lot of fun and funny, yeah. If Matt had thought his skin crawled before, now he was sure it was writhing. Thank you. Thank you. You were human and not emotionless. Thank you. Careful to say nothing that even sounded like a question, he laid the situation before them. The White Cloak certainly in his home village, surely hunting friends of his, maybe hunting him. One of his friends going to face the White Cloaks, another not. His family not likely in danger, but with the bloody children of the bloody light around. A tavern pulling at him, so he could hardly move. Yeah. His first question, and the other 2 for that matter, he had worked out before going down to the Great Hold. Should I go home to help my people? He asked finally. Okay, I mean, let's see. 3 sets of slitted eyes lifted from him reluctantly, seemed and studied the air above his head. So they are, yeah, they do what Min does. but a lot more proficiently and with a lot more certainty, probably. Oh, that's so cool. Finally, the woman on the left said, you must... Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, he has to go to Ruidian as well, apparently. Everyone has to go to Ruidian. Although I like that he might... he will definitely encounter Gwen if he's not leaving together with her. So I like that pairing. I want to see that pairing happen. Like, I want to see them interact and see what they are about. But yeah, so... But that makes me think so much. Like, this is Min. This is Min's ability, but 1,000 times more professionalized, I guess. That's what I get from this, like the impression. So is Min not human? Is Min descended from these snake people and she doesn't know? Weird. That's so weird. It's the same thing. As soon as she spoke, their eyes all dropped to him again, and they leaned forward, breathing deeply again. But at that moment, a bell tolled, a sonorous, brazen sound that rolled through the room. That's so cool. He is another. The strain, the savior. It's been long. There is yet time. Ask. What? So is someone else coming that he is not supposed to meet Matt? That is dangerous? The savior. Oh, not savior, the savior. The savior, it has been long. What do they mean? The strain, the savior, it has been long. There's yet time. Matt glared at them furiously. Ruidian light. Oh, perhaps there is something to do with Matt's luck power? Ruidian, the light burn my bones to ash if I want to go to Ruidian, and my blood on the ground if I will. What should I? You are not answering my questions. You are supposed to answer, not handle me riddles. If you do not go to Ruidian, you will die. Okay, so we are going there. The bell tolled again, louder this time. Matt felt its tremor through his boots. Yeah, he asked a question. What an idiot. The strain, it is too great. The savor of him, it has been so long. Ask. Okay, yeah, he asked stuff now. That's so stupid. Like, are those your questions? You're wasting your questions now. They told you to go to Ruidian. Why would you now suddenly be, oh God, wah! Why would he lose his temper now? That's so dumb. It's so uncharacteristic. Like, he's, where should I go to? Go to Ruidian. Oh God, oh no, I will forget my other questions now. What? This is a bit stupid. I'm sorry, Matt, that's a bit stupid. Burn your soul for a craven heart. I will do that. Why will I die if I do not go to Ruidian? I very likely will die if I try. It makes no... Man cut him off and spoke hurriedly. You will have sidestepped the threat of fate, left your fate to drift on the winds of time, and you will be killed by those who do not want that fate fulfilled. Now go, you must go quickly. The yellow-clad man was suddenly there. Yeah, now Matt is pissed. Oh really, you're pissed, Matt? You're stupid. You're stupid AF. Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry, I'm so mad at him. That's so dumb. Like, what? What? Why would he ask stuff like that? It made no sense that he suddenly gets sidetracked. Like he's carefully trying, like laying it out without asking questions, the situation. Then he asks something. He goes completely bonkers. Mad mate, what the frick? It's so dumb. I'm sorry, that's not that well written. I'm sorry. I don't like that. That's too dumb. That's too dumb for Matt. Yes, I know he's impulsive sometimes a bit, but no. That's cheap. That's cheap. But I don't know. Like, he's too dumb here. Like, he's supposed to be one of the smartest characters in the whole series. At least he was for me until this point. And like before, he was also asking and thinking about stuff logically, and suddenly they say, he asks, where should I go? Like, he didn't even ask, should I go to my home? He was expecting an answer of a location, and he got an answer to a location. Why would he go completely bonkers here? Like, it makes no sense. Sorry. Like, oh man, that's a bit weak. I'm a bit sad now. I had hoped for more. I had hoped that he would ask the other questions and that it would be more mystery and stuff. But no, we just know he has to go to Reading, and I didn't get more out of it. Like, it just brought him with a Gwen now. I guess that's all this did. I hope there will be more payoff to this. I really do, because this was really weak. Like, a very cool scenario. I just hope we come back here and we will get some more lore on this. But man, Matt, you're so dumb here. Sorry, what a dumb idiot. What an idiot. Okay, I've calmed down now. That was very bad. A yellow-clad guide. Meg, shooting him off. No, I will not go. You have led me from questions I wanted to ask and given me senseless answers. You will not leave it here. What fate are you talking about? I will have one clear answer out of you at last. At least. That was never the deal. He knew that. What? Why would he assume he would get... Like, the answer, Redian, is clear as day. It's so clear as day. Like, he asked... It's like, where should I go to dinner? And they say... and you were like, should I go to the burger place? Should I go to the Italian? And then you ask them, where should I go to dinner today? And they say, go to the Mexican. And you're like, oh no! What? This makes no sense. Give me clear answers. Why? Why do I have to go to the Mexican? Why? Like, you know my point? It's so stupid. This makes no sense. Sorry. A third time the bell sounded mournfully, and the entire room trembled. Go! You have had your answers. You must go before it is too late. Yes, some weird entity is now hunting him down, I guess. And now 1,000 snake guys are there, trying to pull him toward the door. Yes, some evil is coming. This reminds me of Eric Zahn a lot. Like, what fate? What fate? Yeah. The three were on their feet atop the pedestals, and he could not tell which shrieked which answer. To marry the daughter of the 9 moons! To die and live again and live once more, a part of what was! To give up half the light of the world to save the world! See, that's what okay, I'm not mad anymore. That's what I wanted. Everything's okay now. Like, I would have really hated if that would have been all, like, his stupidness. Like, he got even 4 answers now. Like, so, okay. Don't shout at me in the comments. It was better than I gave it credit for. But, like, you have to agree that the scene where he was, like, going bonkers was stupid. That was stupid. Like, he got answers here. Like he got answers and now it's more mystery. I like that. Okay, so to marry the daughter of the 9 moons. So he is either marrying Lanfair, which I don't think will be happening. No, she's the daughter of the night, right? So, or Shonshan princess. That's who he will marry. Okay, perhaps. I will actually put a mark in the page because I want to remember that. Okay. To die and live again and live once more a part of what was. Okay, so he will die and be resurrected and with his memories of the past lives perhaps intact. That's what I guess. To give up half the light of the world to save the world. Half the light of the world. What might that be? Might that be Saidan or Saidin? Together they bowed, like streaming, escaping under pressure. Go to Redian, son of battles. Yeah, Manethran son. Because Manethran blood is pretty strong in him. Go to Redian, trickster, go gambler, go. Okay. And now they just hurl him out. Unhand me, you white-livered sons of goats. Burn your eyes, the shadow take your souls, lose me. I will have your guts for the settle girth. Yeah, whatever. Let's carry him away, please. Like, that was the dumbest thing he's done. Like, that was the I think that was the dumbest thing, one of the dumbest things anyone has in this series ever done, and I would not have expected it to be mad. So, I'm just salty, I'm sorry, I'm salty, I'm ravished. I'm so salty that I'm like part of the Black Ocean or whatever it's called. The Dead Ocean, where you float because there's so much salt in it. I'm like that now, I'm so salty. Now you've seen me salty. So... And the bell tolled again. And yeah. What is going on? What's even closing in? And they were like inhaling something from him or eating something, like his fate or something. I don't know what their deal is. I just hope the Terangrill will not break now because... And what happened to the people that like died or whatever. Like, are they the ones that got gobbled up by whatever is coming here? Don't know. Yeah, now the door doesn't work on him anymore. I need to go back to that thing. Like, what was that? I really hope that this is something that will be explained more. Otherwise, it was just random stuff. They could have just used someone like Min to do this. Otherwise, you know? I hope there will be more lore. I loved the world he was in. That was very, very cool. I loved the mystery of the weird thing coming, or a terror coming, or whatever. That was like, it was so eldritch. It might have even been the dark one that came bleeding in, because he was drawn to that because the snake people might have supported a way where the dark one was defeated, something like that. I don't know. Just guessing here. Yeah. Why was the Terangral not working? Because you had one chance and you knew that, you dumb idiot. Maybe the folk on the other side had shut it off somehow. He understood practically nothing of what had happened, the bell and the panic. Yeah, and that as well, like they were all panicked, like go, go, go. And he's like, why? Why should I go now? You seem like you're terrified of the end of the world that is approaching me right now, but nah, I don't know what's happening here. Let's not focus on that. Let's not focus on that. A terrible doom will come. Like, this is the dumbest I've seen, Matt. Sorry. So freaking dumb. You would have thought they were afraid the roof would come down on their heads. Come to think of it, it nearly had. And Ruidian and all the rest of it. The waste was bad enough, but they said he was fated to marry somebody called the Daughter of the Nine Moons. Marry, and to a noble woman. And that business about dying and living again. Nice of them to add the last bit. Some black-veiled ailment killed him on the way to Ruidian. He would find out how true it was. Yeah, okay. Okay, I will just ignore that he was dumb as a doornail, but and now he's, I won't marry a noble woman. That's your concern now, mate. That's your concern after you effed up so badly just now. Like, doesn't he realize how he just effed this up so badly? Like, doesn't he realize that at least? Like, he went in there with the plan. His plan completely did not work. Why does he not acknowledge it? Like, it was his fault. Like, why does he not acknowledge it? I would have expected him to at least do that. I hope he does it now. Oh, what? What? Rand comes out of it? What? What? Rand was in it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Was Rand dumb as a doornail as well? Did he also waste his questions? Like, was he going in like, what do I have to do to save the world? You have to go. And you have to go to Mayan. And you have to talk to Barrelane. No, I can't do that. Why would I have to talk to Barrelane? Okay, you would have to talk to Barrelane because she would start your alliance to attack Carrion then, and you would then be able to do that. I would be able to do that, really? Yes, you would be. Bye. Like, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so salty. I'm so salty. I'm having fun, but I'm so salty. Just poking around, Matt, or did you go through too? Matt's like, yes, but I've effed it up. Oh, and he looks like Matt remembered Rand, so he seems to be more normal. Oh, I went through all right, a bunch of bloody liars if you ask me. Okay, I'm not gonna comment on Matt anymore, it's just making me angry. What are they? Made me think of snakes. Not liars, I think. Yeah, why would they be liars? Why would you assume they were liars? What's going on, Matt? Why is Matt so dumb? Oh, man. This is so aggravating. I think Matt is not my favorite character anymore now. Like, he's still up there, but that like the way this was written and he conducted himself, and he completely broke character, for at least to me, perhaps. You tell me why he didn't, probably, but no, I'm sorry. That was too much. That was too much of, yeah, let's just disregard all the facts I know. Why would he do that? No, not that. They were afraid of me right from the first, and when that tolling started, the sword kept them back. They wouldn't even look at it. Shied away. Hid their eyes. Did you get your answers? Nothing that makes sense. What about you? Nothing that makes sense? You are supposed to go to Region. Why would that not make sense? Like, they can tell you the future or something, you know, and they tell you go there. Like, what did you expect? Oh god. Like, Rand is acting the way I would have expected Matt to act after this. I would have, like, their roles being switched, that would have made more sense, you know? Oh god. And Moraine was in it as well. Sure, they were all in there. And all of the others would have been probably more interesting right now, I have to admit, because, like, also, did Rand make it get destroyed, or was it someone else? Like, was it Moraine that made, like, that drew in this weird thing? I hope Moraine will at least tell some stuff. You were both in there. That is why. One of you would have been bad enough, but two Targaryen at once. You might have torn the connection entirely and been trapped there. Wretched boys playing with things you do not know the danger of. Perrin, is Perrin in there too? Did he share your exploit? Okay, I love that. It's like she just, is Perrin in there? Egwene as well. Like, it would be funny if all of them just came out, like, whole cast, all were in there. Like, yeah, what did she see? What did Rand see? That's, like, a lot more interesting, I think. The last I saw of Perrin, he was getting ready to go to bed. Yeah. And Moraine is angry. Is she angry because they went in, or because of something she learned? At least you escaped with your lives. Who told you of this? Which one of them? I will make her wish I had peeled her off her hide like a glove. A book told me, Rand said calmly. Yeah, that is probably true as well. Like, only Matt got told by Egwene. A pair of books, in fact. Treasures of the Stone and Dealings with the Territory of Mayen. Surprising what you can dig out of books if you read long enough, isn't it? I love that dig at her. Oh, Rand, I love you. And you? Did you read it in the book too? You? I do read sometimes, he said. Yeah, Matt reads, but he doesn't read stories about prophecies apparently because he, whatever. Treasures, dealing, there's lots of things in books. And your answers? Yeah, what Moraine asks Rand. Yeah, what are Rand's answers? Are mine. It wasn't easy though. They brought a woman to interpret, but she talked like an old book. I could hardly understand some of the words. I never considered they might speak another language. Oh, so Rand is so complex there to get an expert. Like the three ding-dongs couldn't do it on their own. That is funny. That is funny. The old tongue. They used the old tongue, a rather harsh dialect, for their dealings with men. And you, Matt, was your interpreter easily understood? Ah, that's cool. That's cool. So Matt did not have an interpreter because Matt speaks the old tongue. Do you know what will be my headcanon? Like that that Matt does have some old blood inside him, and that old blood woke up and made him do stupid stuff. That will be my headcanon, because I will refuse to think that Matt was this dumb. Is that what it is? They didn't give me one. In fact, I never got to ask any questions. I'm gonna smash something in a moment if this goes on. Okay, I have to. They didn't give me one. In fact, I never got to ask any questions. Yes, you were. You were dumb. Dumb. Bells started shaking, yeah. I almost understood a word here and there, but not to know it. You and Rand got answers. What do they get out of it? The snakes with legs? Yeah, good questions. Sensations, emotions, experiences. They rummage through them, you can feel them doing it, making your skin crawl. Perhaps they feed on them in some manner. The Aes who studied this Terengoril when it was in Maine wrote of a strong desire to bath afterwards. I certainly intend to. Okay, it's like they mentally, like they ate their emotions. And Matt probably has a very strong past in him, and emotions from the past that bubble through, and perhaps that's why they were like savoring it. And the strain was perhaps Rand or perhaps Matt. I don't know who was who, because I don't know how overlapping they were. But their answers are true. You're sure of it? The books imply as much, but can they really give true answers about the future? Answers are true, so long as they are in regard to your own future. That much is certain. Yeah, they were to Matt's own futures. Okay. She watched Rand and himself weighing the effect of her words. As to how, though, there's only speculation. That world is folded in strange ways. Yes, it's another dimension. They are probably outside of time, or like time flows in a different way there, and that's why they can look into the future. And they do it the same way as Min did. The answers are often obscure, however, save for when they give you completely perfect, direct answers where they exactly tell you what to do and what will be, and answer them as clear as day, and then you lose your shit. Then not. Then they will start being nebulous because, like, yeah. If you need help working out what yours mean, I offer my services. And will you tell me what you asked or what they answered? Yeah, Rand has another dig at her. I love their dynamic now. Like, they are like on equal footing now, and Moraine hasn't yet caught up to that, I guess, a bit. So it's so funny that they talk to each other as if, like, and Rand is like starting to get back at her a bit, like in banter. And yeah, so Moraine just leaves after that. Hey Moraine, why can't you go there twice? He called after her. Why do you want to ask another stupid question after you asked your question? If I knew everything, Matrim, I would not need to ask questions. Did you find out what you wanted? Rand asked finally. Did you? Ah, man, asking stupid questions again? Sorry. Oh. Wow, that is cool. That makes so much sense. And I would have liked to read Rand now even more, because now Rand, apparently, a bright flame leaped into existence, balanced above Rand's palm. Not the smooth glowing spear of the Aes Sedai, but a rough blaze like a torch. And Rand moved to leave. Matt added another question. I think he asked, how can I hope he did it. Perhaps I misunderstand. But I hope he asked, how can I use the power without the taint killing me? And how can I stop getting mad? I hope he asked that. Everything else would be stupid in his point, I guess. And he then had another question. Are you really going to just let the White Cloaks do whatever they want back home? You know they're heading for Eamon's Field. Yeah, that's your concern now. Yellow Eyes, the Bloody Dragon Reborn. It's too much otherwise. Perrin will do what he has to do to save Eamon's Field. And I must do what I have to, or more than Eamon's Field will fall into worse than White Cloaks. Yeah, he's probably right. Matt stood watching the light of that flame fade away down the hall until he remembered where he was. Then he snatched up his lamp and hurried out. Viridian, light, what am I going to do? If he does not go to Viridian now, I'm going to be so mad. So mad. But that was the chapter. Oh, the next one will be leave takings again, like we have that chapter once a book, I guess. Oh god, I have to calm down a bit still. It's so weird. Like, it was very stupid of Matt. I don't know, didn't fit. Like, I had the impression that Jordan wanted to show us this world in a glimpse because he might use it later, or I don't know. And he couldn't show us Ren, and he couldn't show us Moraine. Of course not, because that would probably reveal too much. So he had to use someone else. He couldn't use Egwene and Nynaeve, I guess, because I don't know why, perhaps they need to do it later. And they're Aes Sedai, I guess, and they like, their questions would have been also, like, they would have asked, like, where do we have to go? It's basically, but they already knew that by that point, so. And Perrin's like, he has to go to Eamon's Field, we already know that as well, so he had to take Matt as the one who goes in and asks questions that would, like, guide him a bit, but man, why? This was like very, 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 I don't know, it was one of my favorite chapters, you know? It was one of my favorite chapters, but the Matt stuff really dragged it down in the end a bit, because there was so much cool stuff, like the fact that the snake people reacted like Min, like they read like Min, that Moraine and Rand went in there, that Rand now could control the flame easily. I guess that was a hint, I hope. That Moraine, like, is on equal footing with Rand a bit. now, and that they are like both now have their own agendas and they seem to have their own plans, and that Ren is reading and intelligent, and yeah, but and the Snake World, the Eden parallels, I love that. But come on, Matt, what the frick was that? With that, I will leave it. With that, I will leave it. So tell me in the comments what you thought about this. Like, am I seeing this differently than you? Like, were you also enraged when Matt just wasted it after carefully, like that as well? He carefully was like, okay, I can't ask a question, and then he blurts out stuff when he gets clear answers. Like that was the problem. Perhaps I would have written it differently as well, because they directly say go to Ruidian. They could have said something like, your fate will lie, and your next way will be will lie or lead you towards Ruidian to blah blah blah. And then it would have been more unclear. And then it was like somehow and then he could have been in the situation where he had to choose: do I want to pursue that further, or do I have to get another question I had? You know, that is what I would have expected from Matt, that he would understand, okay, they told me something and I might need to know more about that, but I also have my other questions. What do I do now? And then I would have wanted him to think about it. That's like, this emotional outburst absolutely did not fit. Absolutely did not fit. Because I know he's childish sometimes, but this was really out of character, I feel. Like, this could have been handled a bit better. I think this is the first time where I think I would have expected a bit more in line with the characters, because like they could have done that. Could have made the Ruidian answer a bit more shady or not as easily graspable, and then make Matt choose. That would have been a lot more powerful than him becoming an idiot for 2 pages. Like, anyway, I hope you still enjoyed this reaction, even though I raged a bit. Like, I'm sorry if that was a bit too much, but I was really angry and very salty. So, still, consider liking and subscribing. And I hope you're well. So, see you soon, and take care of yourself as always. Bye.